former bantamweight champion Eddie Wineland will take on the hard-hitting Will Campuzano.
Will's a striker, I'm a striker. I think you'll see a 3-round stand-up war.
I'm definitely going to put my fist to his chin, and my game plan is to knock him out.
Always looking for the knockout. That's my preferred way to finish a fight. I'll take a win any way I can get it.
The victory over Eddie Wineland is going to make everyone pay attention and know that I'm going to be one of the elite fighters in the WEC.
My ultimate goal is getting that belt back, and it starts tonight with me knocking out Will.
Final preparations are being made in the locker rooms as Eddie Wineland and Will Campuzano get set to battle inside the cage. On a beautiful night in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, World Extreme Cage Fighting has gone international as we welcome you to Rexall Place. As we take a look at the tale of the tape, Eddie Wineland taking on Will Campuzano in a bantamweight bout. Wineland, 25 years of age, 5'7", 135.5 pounds. His reach, 69 inches. For Will Campuzano, 24 years of age, 5'9", 136, and a 70-inch reach. We now send it inside the cage. Bruce Buffer has the official introductions.
And now, it's time to begin our first bout of the evening. 3 rounds in the WEC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a striker, holding a professional record, 7 wins, 1 loss, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, Will Campuzano. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a freestyle fighter, holding a professional record, 16 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 135 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Chesterton, Indiana, Eddie Wineland. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Jaron Vallel.
Gentlemen, bring it in. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourself at all times. If you'd like to touch gloves, do so now. Come out ready to fight.
Our ways to win here at the WEC, 3 judges score the bout. The bout duration, 3 5-minute rounds. A 10-point must system is in effect with the round winner gaining 10 points, his opponent 9 or less. It's all based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and of course, cage control. So we are set to go in Edmonton. This bantamweight bout scheduled for 3 rounds. A lot of speed on display here, Kenny Florian.
This is a great fight right here. Big fan of Campuzano, who comes into the cage with some very technical striking. Very good ability to avoid the ground game. Has a very good triangle choke. And Wineland comes in with some very good head movement, but what he does is he lowers his hands down very low. And against a good kicker like Campuzano, he has to be very careful. Even just a good puncher, I mean, you always got to protect your chin. Right. And Wineland kind of keeps his chin out there and lowers his hands. He's very relaxed and has excellent head movement, but you have to be careful when you have a very skilled striker like Campuzano in front of you.
Do you think that's a case of Wineland being overconfident in his speed and head movement?
I think it's kind of his way of being relaxed, so he doesn't want to tense up with his shoulders, and he's just used to getting away with it. But it's a tough lesson to learn in the cage and say, wow, I wish I kept my hands up more.
I wish Kenny Florian would have told me that before the fight. Will Campuzano happy to meet the pace that Eddie Wineland likes to work at. As Kenny Florian pointed out, both extremely superior strikers.
Wineland is very good, though, in moving his head and coming right back with a nice combination with his hands. And he's got a lot of power. He knocked out Antonio Banuelos, who's a tremendous fighter at 135 pounds. And so you know he's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of experience. Good wrestler as well.
Wineland doing an excellent job that last time. Will Campuzano came with a leg kick. He caught it, held it there for a second, and delivered a straight right.
You can see the angles that he gets off. He's got very good footwork. moves left, moves right. A lot of movement from Wineland. It's very tough to fight guys like that. You don't know if they're coming, if they're going. Kicks, punches, great way to confuse your opponent. And Wineland certainly has that dynamic striking style, but Campuzano, more of a traditional striker, and he's devastating. Once he gets his rhythm going, he'll start to pick you apart, and Wineland cannot let him get that rhythm. There, Campuzano got a little bit off balance, got a little excited, and that's the kind of angles that he's creating. He keeps his opponents off balance, and Wineland really is doing a great job of that. Very, very relaxed.
Eddie Wineland does such a great job of changing angles. He's a moving target, and he'll attack from different angles. Will Campuzano brings that kicking power that he has, and Wineland's got to start checking up on those.
Yep, and because of that movement again, you know, Campuzano hasn't quite found his range yet. He is the taller fighter. He's got the better range, better reach. Campuzano needs to start establishing that jab, and eventually that's going to open up the rest of his striking game for him.
And once again, Eddie Wineland able to come in and get in at close range. Both fighters coming off victories. Campuzano with a decision over Ox Wheeler, and Eddie Wineland a 3-round decision over George Root.
Wineland hit a very nice body kick earlier. Nice lead left body kick. A nice leg kick by Campuzano right there, and that's going to slow down that crazy movement of Wineland.
Under 90 seconds here in round number 1. This one's scheduled for 3 in the bantamweight division. Eddie Wineland, a former champion here, and he gets with the straight right that time. Sends Will Campuzano back, but Campuzano quick to retaliate and get back to his feet.
Beautiful right hand. I mean, that's so well timed. Wineland really doing a great job of countering, and this is his strength really as a counter fighter. He gets in and gets out, but he'll get just out of reach of that punch, and he'll return with 2 or 3 punches, and he's very accurate when he returns.
Yep. Will Campuzano in the white trunks, born in Mexico, now fighting out of Dallas, Texas. And Eddie Wineland out of Indiana, the former bantamweight champion. He's a full-time firefighter. And what a devastating kick from Campuzano as we go under 30 seconds.
And that's exactly why Wineland needs to keep his hands up. I mean, right there, that will take your head off. A kick like that, Campuzano really had bad intentions on that kick. And he needs to set it up a little bit better. Instead of just throwing one kick, he's got to set it up with his hands, and that will find its mark, guaranteed. Great leg catch and return from Wineland.
And
nice
we are just
shot.
getting started here. This is round number 1. We'll go to a second round after this.
We talked about the kicking game of Campuzano, but the problem with the kicks is that a hand will always beat you. You know, a hand will get there first, and Wineland with his timing landed it first, and he did a great job of countering that leg kick. And this fight is definitely heating up.
Watching the action during that break, Eddie Wineland clearly more relaxed fighter in his corner. Will Campuzano not winded, because I wouldn't question his fitness, but he looks frustrated.
Yeah, you know, it's tough going against an unorthodox fighter like this. A lot of movement, but he's on the right track. Campuzano needs to slow him down. He needs to chop down that leg, and that will get him going at that pace, and will open up the rest of his striking game for him. He also needs to try to establish that jab here, and he did right there.
Campuzano has the slight reach advantage by 1 inch, and I agree with exactly what you're saying about chopping down with that leg. If he can establish that inside leg kick, he's going to slow Wineland from coming in.
Yep, he just needs to be careful with that right hand counter that we saw in that first round. From here, Campuzano's starting to find his range. What he needs to start doing is not just throw one strike. He needs to come with a 1, 2, 3, and then finish with a kick either on the leg or go upstairs. And with Wineland dropping his hands, it could pay off big for him. Wineland's doing the right things here. I mean, he's using a lot of movement. He's continuing with a lot of feints. And it's really frustrating Campuzano. But again, Wineland needs to keep those hands up. He needs to respect that kicking game of Campuzano.
Despite the fact that they're only separated by 1 year, Eddie Wineland has much more experience with a record of 16-6-1. Will Campuzano comes in at 7-1. His only loss via rear naked choke to Damasio Page back in 2009. Oh, wow. That's just...
Nice right hand. You can see the feint. He'll dance left, he'll dance right, leap in with a left hook or a right hand. He's mixing it up very, very well. And Campuzano just can't quite find his rhythm out there.
Great exchange by both fighters. As we looked back to round number 1, would you have to give that one to Eddie Wineland?
I think so. I think he landed with a little bit more damage on his punches. It was a very close one, though, and you never know when it goes to the judges. You never know what angle they saw. They missed an exchange. We've seen some pretty crazy decisions in mixed martial arts. And if it's up to these guys, I'm sure they want to determine it by their own hands. Nice kick by Campuzano to the body of Wineland. Eddie did catch it. Wasn't quite able to counter there. And Campuzano's starting to get off now with a little bit more than just one punch. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to stay busier because Wineland is staying very busy. Nice leg kick there.
Eddie Wineland, Will Campuzano, round number 2, scheduled for 3 here in the bantamweight division of the WEC as we go under 90 seconds in round number 2.
What is pretty to watch from Wineland is how he throws a strike, gets his head out of the way. A lot of nice head movement. That's going to stop those straight punches of Campuzano from landing. And if it does land on his head, by moving your head, you take a lot of the power away from that punch.
Wow, what a combination from Eddie Wineland.
Campuzano.
Campuzano's in trouble. And Wineland's going to work.
He's finishing, he smells blood. He's gonna finish this fight right here. Campuzano was hurt. Wineland landed big with that shot. He's trying to put an end to this fight right now. Wow.
How do you like that?
What a comeback by Campuzano, and he's throwing big knees at Wineland. And Wineland may have gassed himself out a little bit. But Campuzano, I think, is still a little bit hurt. He's rocked.
He catches another right, and another right from Eddie Wineland.
These are big shots now from Wineland.
Let's go, Eddie, you gotta move.
There's not much time left. Body shot.
That is it. That is it.
What a brutal body shot from Wineland. Landed it right in the body of Campuzano that put him down, and he finished him on the ground.
Oh my! Take a look at this one more time, fight fans.
Right in the sternum. You know, for anyone who says body shots aren't that effective, what about that one? Devastating shot. Wineland showing the kind of power that he possesses. What a fight.
Is it the return of the champion? We'll talk to him when we return to Edmonton, Alberta after this. Welcome back to World Extreme Cage Fighting from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Right now we send it inside the cage. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jaron Bellel has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 44 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Eddie Wineland.
So Eddie Wineland runs his record to 17-6-1. He's now standing by with Craig Hummer.
Eddie, you won the crowd over in the first round. They loved what you were doing. You knew you were destined to throw down in the center of this ring, didn't you?
Absolutely. Will's a scrapper. I knew he had long legs, good kicks and knees. try to keep away from those, and I think I did a pretty good job of that.
Speaking of Will, how impressed were you with he withstood your barrage in that second round until that final crippling body shot?
It was very, very impressive. I thought when he dropped the first time, I thought I was going to put him out. I was waiting for the ref to grab me, but he didn't grab me, so just keep on pummeling and hope he pulls me off.
You're the first man to have this belt in this bantamweight division. You've now thrown a string of 3 wins together. How pleased are you with your progression to getting back towards a chance for that belt again?
Very pleased, actually. Everybody that's been helping me, I can't thank them enough. They're pushing me in the right direction, so I'm going to keep doing what I got to do to get that hardware back.
You proved you're doing the right thing tonight. Congratulations. Eddie Wineland, everybody.
Eddie Wineland gets the victory in an impressive fashion in the second round.